Hey,
There,
we are recording, folks.
okay, so I like to make, this is called the style point. And normally it's 3.5 inches up, but since you've got a fuller bust, we're gonna, we want it somewhere in this curve here. And
Okay.
so what I'm gonna do is measure that distance to the side seam, which is
Raglan.
I know what I missed.
Oh, he's marking the style.
style point.
Point.
Here. So that is, I'll do 3 inches. 3 inches. Okay, and so then on the sleeve, this is the front. And so that is,
Yeah.
is that. And the back.
Doing the same distance. Yeah. Okay.
Is it roughly,
Yeah.
Okay, so then, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to turn this over.
I can see why you learned. Someone wanted him to just use a straight ruler because then
Picker.
you pick up it. Where's curve?
Well, I can hear her in my head. Time is money. Time, and she would snap her fingers right
Right in your
there.
face. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I'm.
but that's that's who she was. So we just accepted it. So then she goes that way. Yeah, it's considered customary in at FIT. You draft, and this is kind of how I learned the Simone variations. But center back faces the left. Center front faces the right.
Oh, I get it. So Sarah,
Okay. So then you decide raglan. So that cuts up to here. Saddle sleeve, the line would just go to there. So you can have
Oh,
two different
okay.
lines. Yeah.
I think the saddle sleeve is cool.
Yeah.
It looks like it's got a strap.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's really cool.
The saddle sleeve would be like that. Okay, so then matching notch. Matching notch. And paper scissors.
And I'm just ignoring that dart. I'm not closing it or anything.
You'll see.
Don't be jumping ahead.
Oh,
Don't be
okay.
jumping ahead. See, we always try to guess what he's doing, and we're always wrong.
Well, somewhere in our history we were taught that somehow. So he closes that piece. Okay.
So what that does, just to show you,
Took the
this is
dart.
called pivoting a dart. That turns into, that shaping turns, it goes into there.
Okay.
Right.
All
Now, if you
right.
had no back dart, you wouldn't have to
You
do
would
that,
have
right?
to do that. That's
Okay.
correct. Like the front, it would look the same way. So the front. Okay, so
I'm glad you did this, Judy, with half little quarter scale.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Great idea.
see, the beauty of this is now you just take it back to Kinko's and Xerox it at 200%. You have a full scale pattern.
Yes.
Judy. Well, she probably has one of those computers, don't you? I mean, printer.
I can't bring that back to this side.
Oh, you can't. Oh, okay.
Okay,
So I was just gonna, you know, just measure everything and redraft it in, but I like the Kinko's
So
idea
now you
much
just
better.
move
Oh, really?
it to the sleeve.
And cut it.
So,
Well, that's probably in his sleeve thing, isn't it? Yeah, so I've got that.
Oh,
We've got
okay.
that.
And
Got
I
that.
We
had
oughta
that.
read that.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
where.
Yeah, we have that.
We have that.
Yeah,
Now you
okay.
see it.
Now we
Yeah.
see
Well, I
it.
had to get my sleeve that fit first
Right,
before I could
now
get
we
to
got
this.
Okay, so
and so then there is,
the dart.
that's, for this sleeve, that's how I would do it,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
And then you sew that dart, right?
Yeah, because you split it down
Right,
here.
right.
Well, it's optional. You could,
you could
right? You
split
can
it,
have a
or you
whole
could
over
just
arm
sew a
sleeve, or
dart
you
in.
can just dart, right?
Yeah. you
Dart
can-
to the shoulder, like you've seen that
Oh,
before.
so
They just
if
start
I
to-
was-
one piece. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
if
yeah,
I
yeah.
was
it
gonna
makes
make
the
it-
shoulder seam
If
kind
I was gonna make a seam, so then this, and 1/2 inch on either side, and this for the back sleeve. That would be the back seam.
Oh, okay.
And then the front.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Oh, now I get it, because I was like, wait a minute, you've got the front and back mixed up, but no. You've just put in the seam line.
Yeah. Well, no, this is a stitching line. So if you have a
Yep.
seam,
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
and the beauty of this is you're going to give yourself a little more bicep because you're adding that much
Right. It's a
extra.
little bit
Oh,
more bonus
okay.
rating to it.
So now you're gonna sew this closed and all that.
Well, let's see. Do we have
Wait a
any?
minute.
He
Because
added.
there's
You
a
have some
point
tracing
there.
paper?
Oh,
Just some, like, tissue paper.
Can I get a piece of tracing paper
Yeah.
from right there?
No,
Yeah.
no, that's that.
Oh, no.
So now we're gonna
okay.
clean it up so you can see.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace off the two different pieces so you
To,
can see
to
what the
show
front and
me,
the back look like.
yeah.
Okay,
There we go.
Ah, beautiful.
because Judy needs that.
Yeah. Okay. And so back.
I see where I went wrong. I shouldn't have gone by that formula thing that's in that Armstrong book.
The Armstrong book has problems.
Oh, it does.
It does.
Yeah.
And you know, if you draw it to their attention because they've revised it several times, they'll say, okay, send us all the research and we're not going to pay you. And see how you got the stick straight line here? You come in 3/8. So that it,
That's the part I forgot.
yeah,
3/8.
3/8 an inch. That
You
magic
do that on
3/8.
legs too, right?
Legs, jackets, if it's a straight like shirt jacket, whatever.
That's full size 3/8.
Full size 3/8, yeah. And
Yeah.
so that's your style point. Here's your matching
Front and
notches.
back.
Matching
So
notches.
really good.
The that's where the dart was.
7/8 of an inch.
That'd be 6, so that's 3/4.
No, 3/8 in full scale 3/8.
No, but
Right,
front
but it-
and back.
Yeah,
So
total
you're talking
3/4,
3/4.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Back.
In the middle, sort of.
But that
Oh,
really
I
is a
see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, now I get it.
Yeah, and then the front.
See, he did it. Now I get it.
Yes.
See, do you see?
Getting
This
there.
is the raglan part, right?
Yes.
And then that's the dart you sew in.
But see, he
when you put it
added-
together, it sews the dart.
But he added to it.
He had it a 1/2 inch on each side.
Down there.
Yeah,
So
Right-
this
right at
still
the
needs
bicep
seam
area.
allowance,
That's
right?
correct,
Yeah,
yes.
it doesn't have
Yes,
any
it
seam
will need
allowance.
seam
See.
allowance.
Okay.
and then again.
So now that makes sense.
It's,
But when I was going by the formula in the Armstrong book, these points were coming out like this, and
Yeah.
and I'm like, there's no way I can sew that together.
Yeah.
Oh
it makes
wait,
it even-
Wendy, did you? Is it black?
Yeah, that's it.
What are you
Is it on the floor in front of Tina's toe?
That's okay.
What you got? Oh,
You can
your
just give
pen.
it over to me, Tina.
yeah.
I can pick
So-
it to your left.
There are times if you're, you know, because the cap height here is rather flat, so you don't have quite a lot of dart here. But let's just say, I'll just spitball here because you can. You know, if you're working with a high cap, you know, you're gonna have quite a lot more here.
Mm-hmm.
What you do, you know, because what I found is these here, the maximum should be 3 to 3.5 inches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so if you need, you know, if this is way here and you've got the sleeve, what you're gonna do is split this up to the dart.
Okay.
Bring that in so it's 3.5. So then
Oh,
this is gonna
open
open
that
out, and so
up.
then let's just say this is 2 inches. You're
Yeah.
gonna bring this in 1 inch and this 1 inch. So you take your wrist back to its original circumference and redraft your lines,
So
and
you
that's how
make
you.
the dart small.
So
Yeah.
huge, 'cause it
Okay.
could be 4 inches, that'd be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see and you can kind of play with how much shaping you want. You know, this is a raglan that's gonna still kind of sit out like this. If you're doing something where you really want a pronounced shoulder, yeah, 3.5 is the number that Simone
Okay.
always gave us.
Good.
Oh,
All right.
That is so
Yeah.
you did.
Wow.
I know,
Judy.
And so
Judy.
then-
I thought this was going to take a
Really
long
silly
time.
stuff,
I
but
should have
you know,
known it
girls-
wasn't.
Girls.
Wider gives you more shoulder definition.
Right.
Okay.
Wider dart.
Yeah. Yeah. Deeper dart at the shoulder.
Deeper dart.
Yeah.
Here's your pattern, girl.
Yeah.